changing it pretty soon. New company name coming soon. As I said before, I've been developing black technology for quite some time, roughly 10, 15 years developing black technology and learning everything about it. So, we were blessed to get this blessing from my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that gave us the ability to develop these different forms of black screens. Now, one of the things I warn people about at the end of the day is fake products. These are products that come out fast, quick, there's no testing, nothing whatsoever. And this is a great way to destroy your home theater investment. Now, yes, you can paint over with our technology and recorrect it. But again, it's your time, it's your dime that you're wasting. Money you can get back, time you can't. Now, keep in mind, right here, that's what I'm saying, keep in mind, but right here, we have a black screen right there. You see it's black 100%. It's not gray, it's black. If it was gray, we'd be picking up a much higher white level, but it's actually a gray. Most people, well, actually, mostly all the people we've seen so far, have made these fake copycat paints to try to look like ours or try to be close to what we do or claim to be us. They will use something called silver mica. This is what they put into it. Now, they figured the silver mica is going to bring out the white levels, as I told you before. Another thing they will use is white paint. Sorry about that. They will use white paint. White paint, they feel, is going to bring out the white levels. And also, too, they're dropping some silver. Now, if they put too much of this stuff in, which I saw in a demonstration, where we allowed a YouTuber to make our products and he failed because it kept coming up gray, they put way too much into it. So they figure that if they put a little bit in this, this may help the screen read. Now, what you're seeing here, this is paint that's made with PPJ, white paint, and silver mica right there. Now, what they'll do this on a standalone with a projector and say, hey, look, I've got the same screen paint. Again, I can't warn you enough on that one. If you made this statement about my company, if you made this statement about how, we're scams and rip-off artists and stuff like that, you're getting sued, so you know that. So, again, I can't go into details about it because I don't want to make the video about that, but there are individuals that we're taking to court this summer, actually one next week, that we're filing a lawsuit against for basically touching our products and making these false accusations. But I'm here to show the consumer at the end of the day, be careful, don't get ripped off and scammed on fake black paints. And these are paints that require a lot of testing. We're going to put something below the video. It's called a black versus black. These are the tests that are needed for a black screen paint to operate. I want you to look through that, do your research, do your homework. This is why you come to buy from us. We're the only company with a black versus black test display on our website. And this is what paints have to go through, such like this, so you don't end up with what's about to happen in a few minutes to this product. So as I said before, this stuff don't work at all, period. And for the people who make this product, you've got to be joking, right? This is what you use at the end of the day? You're noobs. You're definitely noobs. You don't even know what you're doing. On camera, wasting everybody's time, wasting your time, everybody's time, to try to say that you have our stuff, or try to say at the end of the day that, you can make a black product when you can't. Keep in mind, if you sell this product, my company will challenge you in a court of law. So we will take you to court. We will challenge your company on your knowledge and education on the field of black technology. And I guarantee it won't go long. It won't be a short case. So let's show you what you're getting. For the consumer, let's talk about you. That right there, that screen is pulling right now at what you call yellow levels. The white levels are coming up extremely dull. To a noob, or an unprofessional eye, not the customer, a person who sells this product who doesn't know what they're doing, you think you're seeing a white level. You're not seeing a white level. Let's go walk in front of our screen. So over here, we have black technology all around us, as you can see. We're going to come over here. We're going to take that same surface and we're going to bring it right over here. If I can get my stand to be nice to me today. There we go. Stan wants to be a jerk. There we go. Take the same surface here. See it's black right there? See? And I want to take this surface. I'm going to put that right there. Now, do you see the massive difference in that? Huge massive difference. Now, I can't say this enough. If you're an individual on YouTube right now saying it's camera tricks, we'll see you in court. That's a very expensive one right there too on top of that. That will run you about $800,000 for making that statement. Very expensive. I'll let you hold my camera if you want and show us how it's done. If you can't complete that, that's $850,000. On top of that, again, there's criminal charges. The majority of all of them have criminal charges behind it because it's considered cyber harassment. So that's what you're hit with. But anyway, as you can see, for the customer, no, it's not the same as our product at all. It's a fake screen. That's what it is. Definitely a fake screen. The putting in the silver mica, putting in the white paint, whatever. Noobs do that because they think at the end of the day that's going to read white light. It doesn't read white light. You don't understand physics. You don't understand the bent of light in physics. It plays a role with the projector. It plays a role with the environment. It plays a role with the screen. They all work together. You don't understand it. That's why your stuff does that. And what we just made, the mixture we made, I can make 6 different versions of these. But all your same stuff. Your stuff is made the same way. And how I know? Is when I watch your videos, I can see it. I can see the same information that we see here pop up on your screen. And mind you, I'm an expert. I've been doing it for years. I think I would know. So it doesn't work. See how dark that is? Let me get up close and show you how bad this is. Look how dark it comes up. It doesn't even read anything next to our screen. Now, getting back to the people who make these products. If you sell this stuff and we do this to your screen in court, you're in a lot of trouble. Especially if you put my company's name into it. So on a standalone, no. You do it on a standalone because, again, there's nothing to compare it to. And you can easily say, hey, it's the same thing. You know how many people were suing on this? I'm literally buying my house off of this. We got so many lawsuits coming through right now on people. I'm about to go purchase a $100,000, what's it called? Limousine. It is an Audi Q7. I'm about to get one. I'm also going in right now to look at the truck and vehicle and stuff like that, perks and parts and stuff I want. I'm buying this thing. These people are going to pay me a lot of money. I'm actually buying a lot from trolls because these guys were dumb enough to go in and do these dumb demonstrations and then post their videos on YouTube, talking in the videos with their faces and everything in them. Oh yeah, we're going to sue the daylights out of you. Some of these are apartment complexes we're going after too. Yeah. I got to contact the lawyer today about that one. But anyway, look at that. Yeah, let's go over here and do the TLC demonstration. I want to do that one, TLC demonstration with the girls walking in the car. Let's do that one next. Let's do that here on the standalone. Whoopsie. I got another, I did just now a few minutes ago, I just did a promo demonstration to show off on our website. So we can show that off too on top of that. So those are quicker videos that we can circulate everywhere. These right here will pop up later on. All right, let's go over here and let's get the, let me see, TLC 4K demonstration. I want to get the one of the girls who are walking up to the car. There we go. There we go. We get that one. We'll show you some football demonstrations too. How dirty this stuff comes up on your screen. This is the reason why that when I see some of these so-called ones that are actually more in circulations, the ones that are actually being sold like by big companies, this is why they require certain projector or lumen counts because, again, the white levels are very poor. TLC 4K demonstrations. Let's get it over here. All right, I'm going to pause there. Over there. Now, we're going to look over this one as standalone. Let's see what it looks like because they'll come on camera and go, look, I've got his black screen paint. It was very easy to make. You know, he's charging you all this money. Mind you, those words are going to cost you a lot of money. Think about that one. He's charging you a lot of money. His product is nothing more than a scam and a ripoff. I'm here to show you the truth about that product. So right here, we got some silver mica right here. This is all I use. I went to Home Depot. I picked up some black paint and I mixed this with it with a little bit of mica, a little bit of white paint, and some silver, and we figured out his ingredients. That's going to cost you $1 million. That statement, pretty bad. All right, so let me show you what we got here. So as you can see, I'm only on 300 lumens. I'm not using the high-powered machines he uses in his video demonstrations. We're in a fully lit environment, and I'm picking up an excellent, excellent picture. I advise you don't buy from this guy. He's a complete scammer and a rip-off artist. Don't buy from him. Make it yourself. So, that's what you said about me on camera. That's going to cost you 20 years of your life and millions of dollars in lawsuits. Because I'm going to do something to this in court. Now let's watch this demonstration, right? Now, to the people who've done this, don't bother erasing the accounts because it'll show at the end of the day that you're guilty. We have all your videos up since last year. For this date for court. Now look at everything very carefully, right? Everything looks like it's coming up nice and bright. Looks like it's supposed to be our product at the end of the day, right? All right, let's pause here. Over on this one, now we're over here. I can't stand these ones that are wireless because they go out of timeout and you can't find the cursor. What the frick is a cursor? All right, now I'm gonna pop over here to our screen. Same product. I'm gonna bring it over here. And let's put it right over here. All right. Let's grab this. Same surface. All right. Let's put it right there. Okay. Now, remember what I said. This is going to cost you $1 million or more. If we hit you with multiple lawsuits, that means there's $1 million per lawsuit. If we take it to federal for court for cyber harassment, we break it down, it's 20 to 30 years per count. So you can get 60 years in this mess. Where's the remote control for this thing? Now, for the customer, it shows them at the end of the day. No, you don't compare to me at the end of the day. You can't make my product. I said 100 times, you can't make my product. You're not me at the end of the day. Our stuff is tested. That's why we test it. That's why we have all this testing in the product. When I go to y'all sites, there's no testing there. You're just making stuff, slapping on the camera, charging people money for it, or doing some dumb stuff saying you're us. That's what you're doing. So, at the end of this year, a lot of you are going to be sitting up there broken, penniless, and some of you are going to jail over this mess. Was it worth it? Right now you're thinking it wasn't. Panic is, right now, the proper emotion at this particular moment. Extreme panic. That if your IP address pops up and one of those cyber investigators report, you're in a lot of trouble. Running off YouTube won't help you. It won't help you at all, period. We get people come in and we'll say certain keywords, they'll disappear. That's not going to help you at all. Even when you come into my channel, your login is recorded. They're going to dig all that up. How many times you hit our company, how many times you've been to our YouTube channel, what videos you were hitting, all that stuff's going to be brought up. It's not just the fact that your login is going to be brought up on the fact that where you're traced back to, it's also going to be traced to where you've been. So it shows that you showed a very high interest in coming into my videos and doing the stuff that you do. Oh, it's going to be big. It's going to be a bit crazy. But also, too, getting back to the consumer, which is more important than these jokers, which I'll see in court soon. Yeah, it's a fake screen. So that other stuff that they make is all fake. None of it's tested. Now, imagine if I kept with that decision where I was going to take my technology and give it to companies. You'd have been stuck with that mess. You'd have been stuck with this fake-looking gray paint that don't quote jack for jack, outdated prehistoric products. And you'd have been stuck with some fake black paint that doesn't even work. You know what's worse? That stuff doesn't even function outside correctly. Because it has a hard time trying to collect white light. Because it's so dark. Look at the oversaturation. This in the car is supposed to be silver. It can't even pick up the silver in the car. One of the theories they have about black screens is the fact that they require to have really high lumen projectors to read white light. They also require darker environments so the white level is enhanced better. That's why you see in some of these demonstrations really high lumen projectors, 5,000, 10,000 big boy machines in them. In our demonstrations, we don't do a lot of standalones. We do demonstrations against certified screens, demonstrations against gray screens, demonstrations against fake black screens all the time. So even with my projector at 5,000, we can show your screen still doesn't work next to us. Even if we drop it down to 1,000, because we have all these projectors, it still doesn't work. Because your screen can't generate white light. The black fake screens can't generate white light, or the gray screens can't even generate a contrast level. Now you see how beautiful the yellows are on that technology? This is where that black screen is supposed to be to read, but it can't. Because it's coming up really dirty. And that's how your yellows come up. Every time I watch a demonstration, I see your yellows read just like that. So not only can you not read the white levels, but you can't read color. As you've seen, as we show you with gray screens that don't read color next to our screens, gray screens don't pick up the contrast level, which is required to read color, and these fake black paints don't pick up the white levels to require color either. Color requires a balance of both white and black at the same time. The balance has to be perfect in order for it to transition to read correctly. Do they explain this to you in their videos when they do it? No. Because they don't know what they're doing. Are we out of time? Let me see. Oh, man, we went over time. Damn. No, actually we didn't. We're good. I'm going to keep this at a certain level. All right, let's come over here. Let's grab, let me see. Oh, I wanted this demonstration here. There's a particular part I wanted to see. And I probably missed it too. I'm going to go back to it. Well, that's a disturbing commercial right there. Now, you see with the fake screen cannot pick up, generate this white level, it doesn't pick up anything. It picks up the contrast, that's it. White levels are crucial. Color levels are crucial. As you can see, it's picking up what we call the oversaturation of contrast. That's what it's reading. Something I want to show you here. I missed it in the last one. Look at the skin tones. Look at the greens. Look at the browns. Dirty. They come up very, very dirty. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you. See that? That's why when I watch demonstrations, like Williams in your apartment with the screen, and all the rest of you in your demonstrations, your white levels, color levels were extremely dark. Let's go over here and let's grab, let me see. Oh, there's a little hat on, it's pretty cool. What do I want to get for white levels here? Let's see. I'm going to do more snow levels on top of that. Let me see. I'm trying to ponder here. Ponder what I want to do. Oh, I want to see real quick. This is very important. Matter of fact, we got time here to do it. All right, let's do this one. We definitely got to do this one. Let's check out football. I've seen this dozens of times. They'll show up football and say, hey, we got the same thing as he has. You can watch the game just like, oh, let's go do that one. So we're going to come over here. Here right now, and we're going to set up a football demonstration. You know what that's coming from right there? That's the Apex right there. This is a projector I have on the table at 300 lumens. The Apex can pick it up from here. Did you know that? Yeah, Apex can pick up that screen from here. You can actually read the screen from way over there. That's how bright Apexes are. You got 6 people going to court for that one next week. We're following 6 individuals. It's broken down to 16, but it's broken down in categories on stuff you were touching. But there are a few people that did make claims about the Apex coming up unwatchable. Yeah, we're way back here, and this is a 300 lumen projector right now. That's firing off. That's picking it up. Good luck with that one. It shows you the level of jealousy. That's what it comes down to. The level of pure jealousy that people have when they're angry about our products. And they can't do the same thing we do. They result to doing stuff like that. Let's go over here and let's do, let me see on this side. Give me football highlights. Over here. Football highlights. There's a reason why we put projectors in eco mode. You would get cooked in here with these things. NFL football highlights. We're going to have commercials point through this one, so let's get this one. Oh, right from the door. Man, you usually got to go through a bunch of commercials on that one. That's giving me like 22. Jeez. I should have found this one over there. And from there, if you restart it, you restart it. Like literally, you'll be right back to square one. Let's just go through the whole thing. All right, we got a game here. Let's pause here. A little more of that shadow in there. There we go. That's perfect. There we go. Now, I'll watch it here. Just a little bit of it. Now, here they'll say, hey, look, I can do the same thing Mr. Bird is doing. I pick up the football game just like him. Watch this. Now, here's the thing. For anybody, you think at the end of the day, well, hey, it's not that bad. They can't sell it because we're in the way. They couldn't sell this product if they wanted to. We can easily take them to court and say, hey, there's a similarity issue, but we have a screen that's claiming to be us. You mention my name, anything. I can take it to court, sue you, take your company, your house, your car, whatever, take everything from you. You're done. And on top of that, we say, hey, you did enough of these video demonstrations, and you know what's going to happen next. You can't do much when you're sitting behind bars. So there's that right there. Or if we do a side-by-side comparison, we could crush your company easily in a day. We can show your stuff doesn't read for jack. It comes up way too dark, which would hurt your company. Now, you can't take me to court on that because we can back that up too, which means we hit you with a counter lawsuit and get you again. You really can't sell anything at all, period. Because our technology, we raised the bar. That's why we went and did all those tests. We raised the bar literally so high that anybody was able to pass any of those bars. That means your screen paint would be extremely good. And that means that the customer would be getting an outstanding product. Because whoever could pass those bars at the end of the day, it means you would have to work to get it. And it means you would have earned the right to call yourself a black screen. That's why the tests are so brutal. It's not only to back our products up in any courtroom that we walk into, but it's also to make sure that the person who's developing the technology long after I pass off this earth is developing something that's worthy of your time. Do you understand what we're trying to do here? Y'all are fighting us in this. We're trying to show you you're getting ripped off. So if it means that I have to take every single person on YouTube to a courtroom and file lawsuits and get you up there on that website showing how you broke the rules at the end of the day, then so be it. They're ripping you off. I've been explaining this to you for years. Their products are not made correctly. Let's go over here and show you. Now that's our screen right there. Of course, that's our screen. That's what you're getting. So, if you're selling a product, we get our hands on it, this is what we're going to do to your screen. Because we know it's not reading correctly. I can literally stare at your video and go, oh crap, the white levels are way too low. I can see it in your video. From here, I can see it. Mind you, right, to bring his name up in the video demonstration, but he's a perfect example for this conversation. Fernando, Crow 1176, made a screen paint, right? And we said that the network grade 773 would match it. Now, at the first when I got it, I didn't even know it was going to match. In the video, you can hear me clearly say, well, we want to see how close it comes. We just ordered a paint close enough to his. We had no idea it was going to match that well. It matched 3 of his products in that test demonstration. 6 months to a year later, he did it, he matched. We can tell that on camera. Just by staring at your screen, we can tell all your little flaws, all your little mistakes. Your environment gives off tons of secrets about what your screen can't do. We can see it from here. I don't even have to touch your stuff and I can see it. So when you show up those black screens that people make these things, we can literally see all those dark edges that are popping up, that little tunnel vision that comes up where it's colored in the middle and dark around the corners. We can see all that. How poor and dingy your white levels come up. How your colors are coming up too dark and too saturated with way too much black. Your balance levels are clearly off. We can read all that. So if your company was going against mine, do you think you would survive a side-by-side demonstration of our stuff versus yours, you wouldn't be to make it. You can literally make your stuff look unwatchable because it doesn't work. It's not tested. That's an untested product. So in order for you to be Mr. Bird at the end of the day, you would have to pass those tests. And there's a lot of those things, and they're growing. You keep putting more to the site, more to the site. You have to pass that. To anyone at the end of the day that thinks that you can just mix a little black paint, silver, mica, whatever together, and you got my stuff, you're sadly mistaken. Now, for some of you, it's too late. Some of you, you're going to be sued in court. Some of you are facing prison. That's a road you cross. You're going to have to take that road. And some of you, before you get down that road, if you're even thinking about it, don't, because this is what we'll do to you in the courtroom. And we'll also prove if you're selling this stuff, if you sold any of this stuff, if any transfer through anything, anybody's account, we get you on fraud. Because we can prove at the end of the day, your stuff is not even tested properly. It's pretty much a product that you put out there to make a fast buck. That's what you did. Let's grab this. I'll take this back with me. That's all you did. You made a product to make a fast buck, to rip off the consumers. And consumer fraud is punishable up to 20 years in jail too also, so you know that. So, I'm going to get caught up in one of those things. All right, what do we got here for time? Not bad at all. Let's go over and get the, I want to do something else. I'm going to do some white levels on here. Because we see nothing else is going to pull on here. Let's get the Samsung 4K demonstrations. That's a good one that has a mixture of black and color at the same time. All right, let's go over here. Samsung 4K demonstrations. Want to see something crazy? See the case behind it? See how red it is? The screen's transparent, like transparent right through it. The case is red on the side because the screen's see-through. Sorry about that. I got a little bit of that cold in there still fighting me. Once the ain't getting my takes on that. I ain't doing the Mucinex in the morning. That was a bad idea. I'll wait till later on. Everything's done. Now, standalone, you think your screen's working, right? You see, look, I'm reading contrast, I'm reading color. Everything's nice and bright. My eyes, your screen is dirty. That's what I'm seeing. A dirty screen. Your colors are dirty. Everything's dirty. I'm literally going to take so many people to court. I'm going to start walking in court with a freaking a battle sword. Man, we got to take a lot of people to court. A lot of people to court. A lot. And 2 apartment complexes are literally being sued over this mess. Can you imagine how crazy that is? Look at these fake black paints. I find it interesting that these people made all these demonstrations claiming for our stuff to be fake. And here we are, we turned the tables on you, didn't we? Oh, you didn't see this one coming, did you? Bet you didn't. It's funny because it's interesting now. I was sitting there and the Lord was like, this is what we're going to do today. Now, I'm going to be looking up YouTube videos of people claiming to have made these black paints because I'm putting your YouTube channel on blast. Oh, yeah, heck yeah, I want to do that. Oh, what's wrong? You don't want to be on blast for making fake products at the end of the day that are untested. You can't back up. Interesting. All right, let's go over here. Well, we make the same thing. You don't make jack at all. We're going to put your channels on blast today. I'm going to make a list on the blacklist of your sites. And I'm going to post them there. So, YouTube channels, we're going to be collecting those things. I got a bunch of your channels. I got a bunch of people coming to collect all your channels and put them on the blacklist one by one, and show the difference why you don't trust companies or people who do fake paints The ones we're going to put in the category that are being sued by the company, and the one over here that are selling fake black paints. We're going to put you on blast and put you to the blacklist. And blacklist goes everywhere. We designed the search engine optimized on that page is brutal. It's really nice. So we're going to put you everywhere. You're going to get your 5 minutes of fame. And I'll put you on ABS forums, all the different forum sites, all that. Enjoy your fame. Oh, you're gonna go. It's not gonna go well for you guys in court. You know that, right? Look at this. Look, perfect example. Oversaturation of contrast levels. You see that? It's able to pick up the black levels. It can't read the color because the white levels are too low. And you thought that little bit of mica in there was going to work, right? See, here's the thing about black paint. If you put too much mica in, if you put too much silver in, if you put too much white paint in, you know what happens? It alters the color from black to gray. Now you have gray paint, a dark gray paint. You don't have black anymore. So you're trying to maintain it to try to keep it so it stays black. So you figure that little bit of stuff you put in there, it's going to see white light. No, it's not going to see white light. And to the consumer and customer, yeah, you just bought a fake product. Pretty much, you just pretty much downgraded your investment. Remember when I sat down on camera and said that the colors are too dark? It's too dark. This is what I see. That's what I see right there. And when you're doing a standalone, that's how they trick you. And the same thing like gray screen paints. It's the same thing. The way they trick you, they'll come in and do the screen on a standalone. Like Jamie does it a lot. Standalone, and they'll say, look, it's working. It's perfectly fine. It pros darken the environment so the colors in contrast, has a less beige or tan washout on the screen, stuff like that. And they'll tell you to calibrate colors constantly all the time. You know, that kind of nonsense. Ah, look at how dirty that looks. Now, big question, how can you sell a product if we could do this to you all day? You can't sell it. Nobody will touch it. It comes up too dark. They won't touch you. And how can you make a statement that your product is the same as mine? You can't, because at the end of the day, this will get you sued. So, for all you naysayers that came to the channel, running your mouths, which we've recorded and documented, and said that our products were fakes and scams and knockoff, I'm going to be posting your YouTube channels after the court hearing. We'll be posting your handles at the end of the day so everybody can know who you are, what videos you're attached to, and again, you know, everything that went on in court and so forth and how your outcome became. How much you're going to bet you're not going to pass? And now, some of you right now, the ones that are panicking the most are the ones who really believe that our products came out that dark. You really believe that, right? You ever seen us do one of these demonstrations before? We do them all the time. It's called Black versus Black. We do them constantly all the time. You're the ones that are panicking the most. If a process server comes to your front door, you're in a lot of trouble. You won't win this in court, you know it. And if you get an attorney, I'll have him come here. He can check it out for himself. Then he'll drop your case, we'll hire him, and we'll use him to sue you. Now look at that right there. See that? I saw this in William's video all the time. See that dark, dirty level? We saw that a lot. That's how we can tell. Now for Williams, we're suing his building because Williams did a lot of dumb stuff. And we have 60 videos of William inside of his apartment and housing authority screaming and yelling on camera, claiming that our products were scams. That's going to hurt them pretty bad. Alone. They don't know about that we have that yet. We didn't tell them. We'll tell them later on. We get ready to get time for courts. We get time for court. Actually, we might be suing them a couple of times. And some other stuff that went on that we know about now. So this, it warns the customer at the end of the day, he or she, that the people that are doing these demonstrations about a company claiming they have the same as us, they don't have our products at all, period. Second, at the end of the day, if you are a company claiming to have a black screen, we can put you out of business. Easy. Now you see why we get our money back, right? Now you see why people send us back our money and all that stuff. That's why. What do we got here for time here? We're doing pretty good. Ah, let's grab ourselves another one. Let me see. I want to do. Oh! I got a good one. Let's do this one here. Snow Village, screensaver. Someone's going to court for this. We're filing against somebody next week for this one. Ooh, is this a really high white one? Oh, this is super bright. Wow, that is super bright. Boy, you can't get any brighter than that. That is really, really bright. And our screen didn't do well on that one, no, period. If we put a gray screen up here, you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to turn orange. They turn beige on these things. All right, let's come over here and let's take this surface. Jeez, that is super. That's brighter than the other one. Way brighter. This is majority all white in there. All right, let's come back over here. What video is that? So I can match it over here. Now, in this demonstration, what I'm showing at the end of the day, I'm showing how you guys faked your demonstrations. That's what we're doing. We're showing that. How you did it on a standalone, you said you had my stuff, right? Or we did we did the eye bear, or whatever. We did that. We did a bunch of those on that one. We did that against the Apex over there. Let me see. What is the video right here? White image snow. White image snow. I don't think this one bring up much. White image snow screensaver village. White image snow screensaver village. Oh, it did work. Oh, interesting. I didn't think it was going to read it. All right. So here, you already saw the one because that kind of spoiled it. You already saw it already, right? So right here, as you can see, you think you're seeing a white level. It's a matrix effect. That's what it is. Remember I told you about the matrix effect, that people who have gray screens, you really think you're seeing contrast and color and all that stuff, but technically you're not seeing it at all. You're seeing it an illusion. That's what you're seeing. I mean, as long as the lights are out, you see this fake image. That's what you see at the end of the day. But, you know, you're not even in the real world with those screens. You're in an incubator somewhere getting fed baby food. You're not even in the real world. Everything you see is fake right now. Your colors are fake. Your contrast is fake. Your white levels are fake. Everything is fake. That's what you're seeing. But you believe you're actually seeing black. You believe you're actually seeing color. You're in the incubator. You're not out in the real world, but the rest of us seeing the real thing. When you get our technology, this is when you get woke. Right now, it's fake. As you can see, this is a matrix effect. See how it looks here? I think you're seeing a white level. Anyone who's woke sees it differently. Now, I got customers that can't go to movie theaters now because they're going for movie theaters because they're used to seeing constant black all the time. When they go in there, I say, yeah, welcome to my world, because that's what I go through when I go to movie theaters. I watch something contrasted that pops up, like that's gray. And colors are off. Like it's messed up, and I go, I can't even enjoy this. I only watch 4D movies because there's so much stuff going on in there. I don't realize at the end of the day how bad the picture looks. That's how it's messed up for me. So I actually, everything recorrects. When I go back and turn my screen on, I see it differently. So that kind of ruined me for movies. And I have customers come back and tell me, like, yeah, I can't even, people set up a white screen, I walk out of there because I'm used to seeing far better than this. It's not something where you have to put up with it because it's tradition. You have a white screen, your image is going to be washed out. That's just the way it is. That's the way it has to be because it's a white screen. We just spend a lot of money for a projector and hope and praise it works. Yeah, see, that's that crazy nonsense at the end of the day. Our technology, they're used to now, they don't want to spend money for expensive. We spoiled them. They don't want to spend money for expensive projectors. None of that. Because they're spoiled now. They're used to seeing far better. They've been woke. Let's take this over there. Even though we're just over there, let's go back over there again. As I said before, they'll tell you on camera, look, you're picking up this really high white level. No, you're not picking a white level. That is actually dark. There you go. Now, the ones that are really scared are the ones that actually said my company's name, or you made your YouTube channel look like my name, or you put down Kenny as a scammer and took my face and put it next to it. You're the ones going to receive $1 million lawsuits. Those are the ones that are being hit with those lawsuits. Some are 2, some are 3. They're up there. And you're the ones who are going to be taking 20 years off your lifespan. You're going to be hit with some very serious criminal charges. You maliciously went on and made, mind you, judges going to hear this, that you maliciously went to Google, made a fake account, made it look exactly like my channel or my name, used my name, which is identity theft, by the way. You took my face and stuck it next to it. You put down Kenny's a scammer, Kenny's a ripoff artist. That's what you did, right? And then you proceeded to go on and do false demonstrations with products that weren't mine and say that I was this person. This is why the lawsuits are in the million range, and this is why the jail time is 20 to 30 years. This is federal cyber. This is far worse. This means if you're hit with one of these things, it's a life sentence. That's what it's considered to be. If you're in the age roughly of 30, 40, 50, it's a life sentence. That's pretty much what it is. Because, you know, the time span of a man doesn't last that long. So there's a lot of people being hit with those. Yeah, there you go. But we can come on here and show you. We back up everything we do. I told you I back up everything we do. Now, in each video we're going to post a little channel. It's called Black versus Black. It's a testing. This is for customers. And because people make this stuff, this is what you should have done to begin with. But it's for customers to show you at the end of the day how much testing our products have to go through. Literally have to go through in order to earn that seal on the back of it. And that you think that all black screens are the same, you're sadly mistaken when it comes to the people who make these products. If you believe that you can take a little mica, white paint, and silver and do the same thing my product does, you're sadly mistaken. You're also even more sadly mistaken when you think that the IP address that's sitting on a public server that you think for some reason you can't be traced, but you can be traced. Definitely can be traced. So, we're going to do 2 types of traces. One is going to trace how many times you've been visiting my YouTube channel, which shows an obsession of stalking. How many times you've been in each video, which is also going to be posted, we're going to find out. And then we're going to also find out exactly where you're coming from, which means we have to get a person who has authorization to get a subpoena for Google and subpoena for YouTube to check their records on where you're coming from. From there, we will go to your internet provider, whether you have Comcast, AT&T, whoever you have, and we'll get a subpoena to actually get your information on who you really are, so that way we can begin the process of bringing you to court and suing you for millions, including that time span of 20 to 30 years in prison for doing false active demonstrations against our products. I can't explain enough that we live in the digital era. It's very easy to trace people in this era. And yet you people come out here and continue to do the dumbest stuff I've ever seen in my life, thinking there's no consequences behind this. Whew, my goodness. So, interesting factor, we are going to start a YouTube channel and a business under about tracking trolls. And we're going to have some bounty hunters on this group. We're going to have some cyber and private investigators that are tracking that IP address. We're going to have lawyers, all that. It's going to be basically about tracking down YouTube trolls and getting paid. Because you guys are going to pay me a lot of money on this mess. So, you guys are ready? I hope you are. It's going to be an interesting ride this summer. I think by the end of this year, in 2027, the ball drops, a lot of you are going to find yourself sitting in prison over this mess. Didn't have to be this way. It really didn't. But, you know, we have to protect our company. We have to. You know, we can't allow people to come in and make false accusations about my product. You know, I worked very, very hard to build this stuff, you know. I don't understand. You don't think you understand the terms of hard work. I worked very hard. I worked when I was sick. I worked when I was going through the lung disease. I worked extremely hard on our work. This is my passion. This is my love. This is what I like to do. And you try to take it from me. So now it's my turn. It's my turn to show you the pain and suffering that you put me through. How you attacked my families. How you attacked even down to my cat. How you made threats toward my family and my mother. It's my turn now. And in my turn, I guarantee you that when we do track your IP address down and we do get your whereabouts, I guarantee you 2 things. One, I'm going to take everything from you in lawsuits. And two, I'm going to make sure I take a good 20 years off your lifespan. So that means the remaining time you have on this precious earth, you will spend it in a facility that you do not want to be in, or anybody else. But it's only fitting, it's the law, right? Should have never went out and did these vicious demonstrations against my company because you were jealous of my work, or you just didn't like my skin tone. Because we got a lot of emails that we trace back to certain accounts that we know where they came from, some very disturbing racial slurs on it. Isn't that interesting? Huh? That jealous of our products. But we can come out here and back our stuff up over and over again. As I said before, as you call me a scammer and all this stuff at the end of the day, I can back my stuff up anywhere in the world. My stuff is tested. So, we'll just see you in court. After the consumer, at the end of the day, this is why you purchase from us, and that's only because we can back our products at 100%. If you are deciding to make a product to come against my company, you will lose. So you know that. You don't have the experience level. You haven't been around long enough. It takes years in the projection business of proper testing to be able to understand the beginning states of black technology. That's why Diamond was able to do it. Diamond's been in the business for a very long time. They make very good products at the end of the day. I've tested their stuff. They do make good products. They do it by the book. That's why he has a black screen. It takes time to learn that. You can't learn that overnight. It doesn't work that way. Or people say, oh, he's making this product in 20 minutes. We were doing this for over 10 years. We've been making this stuff for over 10 years. So with that being said, we have an excellent track record in understanding how black technology works. You don't have that track record. You're like a one-hit wonder. That's all you are. And your records don't even sell. So in order for you to have a black screen, you would have to go through us first. And we can do that to your product very easily. So we can show the consumer at the end of the day that your product is not worth anything. It's a fake screen. Oh, my goodness. What are we going to do? We got another promo to do? I mean, promo on what? Oh, definitely football. Yeah, the fake screen. Fake paints. Fake black paints. I find it interesting that, this is what I find interesting, that these guys did all these demonstrations about my company being fake. And here I am now doing demonstrations about their products being fake against my technology that works. And not only that, gentlemen, it's not just YouTube talk. It's court talk. Because we'll see you in court. We're going to bring you to court on this mess. It's not like just me and you having this conversation on YouTube and you come back with some dumb video. No, this is about taking everything that we have with your channel and taking you to court. That's what it's about. This is way different. You're getting a judge involved in this. Like I mean, no, he say, she say. It's me and you. I gather all your information. You keep making dumb videos, I just keep gathering. We got enough, we'll send a cyber investigator on your IP address and we'll figure out where you're at. And then we'll go from there to take you to court. So that means that your fate pretty much comes up. It's not you coming back on YouTube and doing more dumb stuff. It comes on you trying to figure out how you're going to pay out these lawsuits, which again, you won't be able to. And it comes down to the point that the precious time you have on this earth will be spent now in prison. That's what the outcome of that one becomes. No more back and forth, Thompson. I got time for it. Anyway, let's get this mess off my screen. Where's the I'm going to play around with it a little bit. Also shows the consumer, your stuff is not tested. At all, period. Now, your company, I may challenge your company in court. Well, who am I kidding? I am going to challenge your company in court. Stating that the product that you're selling is a fast, quick scheme and it doesn't work. But before we do that, I'm going to test your stuff on the buy. Now, if you refuse my orders to give me back my money, you've already told me already that your stuff doesn't work. So we automatically just going to come after your business, period. Because your customer should get what they pay for. Is that right or not? Should the customer not get what they pay for? TCL 4K demonstration. Now let me do, hold on for a minute. Skyworth food demonstration. I think it's some nice pretty colors on here. I like this. That's why you heard me on camera and I said, I wish you would sell that paint. Go ahead and sell it. I wish you would. You can't sell it. We have you on lockdown. Product you claim to be mine, you can't even sell it. Because you know what we'll do to it. I'll do this to it. Then I'll turn around and I'll take you to court and hit you for consumer fraud. Your products are fake. I can see it on camera. I can literally see how bad your color levels are. It's awful. Your white levels are poor. The only thing you have is contrast. You have way too much contrast. You have no balance in there. Look how dark. The skin tones, the fabric. Look how dirty it comes up. Very dirty. See that? But on a standalone, it looks good, right? Yeah. You're nowhere near my technology at all, period. Bam, 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 bam. Then they'll get on the channel and do something. Don't do that. You're being monitored, by the way. Don't do that. Don't get on your channel and do something stupid. Because then that'll be one more thing extra that you'll be facing in court. You'll be sitting in the court and be looking at that video like, oh shit, I should never made that. Yeah, you should never made that. That's another lawsuit. For each video we grab from you, it's a lawsuit. We're doing them individually. We're not doing them one hit. Individual. As I said, some of you are going to be in and out of court for quite a bit. You're going to get way more than the 20. We're individually hitting you with these lawsuits. So if you did 3 videos, that's 3 separate lawsuits, and all the same. They got to be separate. And we could do them all in one hit, but no, what's the point? Now you see the panda bear right there? Say you pick up the black levels, you can't pick up the panda. The panda's white. That is actually white. You know that, right? Not for the customers. This is just a learning experience for you. To show you at the end of the day, don't buy copycat, generic, fake black paints. I literally got to get myself a samurai sword that goes, yeah. Every time we destroy one of your screens, yeah, put it back in, yeah. You ready for this? You're ready for this. You got to think. It's Friday. Are you ready for this? What's coming? Next week, we start. We begin the process of prosecution and judgment. Next week, we begin. Are you ready? Because the next time that we talk about this again, we're all going to be sitting in court. And the videos that you posted on your channel, which you're trying to delete so desperately, because we are finding you're deleting videos. We got them already. You're going to be looking at that same video in front of you, me, and a judge. So are you ready for this? I am. You know what I'll be doing? I wish I could. I probably can't be on my phone. I'll be looking at stuff to buy. That's how fast we're going to take that money from y'all. I'm be looking at stuff. I might be shopping for a few things I want to go get. Now keep in mind, if you said at the end of the day we need your money, we don't. We have ad tech. The interesting thing about it is you're going to pay for my stuff. You're going to pay for my truck. You're going to pay for my house, my new house. You're going to pay for all that. I'm going to take it out of your pocket. You're going to pay for it. The only thing you got to do to keep me from using your money is you're just going to back up in court that you actually had my product. And it did react the way you said it did. Which we both know deep down inside, you never had it, right? All right then. Then you already know from the dirt. You're going to pay for my truck. And that thing has a drone pod. So you know how much money it costs to freaking armor plate a vehicle? It is not cheap. I want mine armor plated, by the way. I'm going to think for armor plated vehicles. The honeycomb tires, the drone pod station, all that stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff that thing's going to have on it. But I ain't paying for it, so. Oh, that is awful. Man. This stuff you're trying to say was my stuff? That is awful. And this is not even, this is Dynasty with a mixture of different tones of mic and stuff. And it's still awful. All right, we're almost past time here. I want to get back and I want to do another demonstration on, actually we're doing it back and forth. So I'm doing live and I'm doing promo. Live, promo. Live, promo. The promos we can circulate, the lives come on later on. Let me see. What are we going to do next? I want to do something. Oh, we're going to go back to the TLCs. I'm going to go back and do this one right here. The woman coming up on the beach. Her. That one right there. I want to do that one next. Right there. That'll definitely work. This is the one we're going to start next. Just to give you a preview on how bad this is going to go for that fake paint at the end of the day. Oh, man. Really? You just come out of that altogether? YouTube. Can't even bring the menu up on here. You can't watch TV on this black paint. It's horrible. When it comes to this fake black paint, horrible. Look at that. Skyworth food demonstration. All right, there we go. We're back in there. So let's get back to that. There we go. Let's pause it there. We're going to come back, and I got to do a promo on this one. Then I'll come back and do it live. Promo live, promo live, promo live, back to back. Because those videos are ones we can get right now. We're going to post those things everywhere today. Forum sites everywhere. And I'm going to give you full credit. All y'all involved, put your list right down the bottom. Give you full credit. Say, hey, look, these are, be careful of copycat, fake screen paint, black screen paints. All right, got to go. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for not only blessing us with amazing technology, but giving us the power to back it on every single level you can possibly think of, including any courtroom we walk into. Next week, people, this is where it starts. We begin the process of lawsuits. Gotta go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.